3 infidelity scandals in 1 year for my family. Should I leave him? I, 27F, have been with my partner Grant, 27 meters, for 7 years. We had a rocky start, honestly. I was a runner, and any time it got difficult I wanted to leave. No one had ever shown me love like he had, and I was scared it was all too good to be true. After he graduated college we moved in together. These past 4 years of living together have been incredible. We are truly each other's best friends, could be open and honest, tell each other anything. We have been talking about marriage and having children. All we have talked about is plans for our future together. The only thing I struggled with him was him taking so long to propose. The past 2 years everyone has been asking when we are getting married. He assured me multiple times he had a plan and it was coming. A couple weeks ago I got a message from a girl on Instagram. I recognized the name as it was someone Grant had met in college. They had mutual friends and hung out occasionally. I wasn't thrilled with this as she had a reputation for having affairs with married men. Grant promised me that nothing was ever going on. He never hung out with her after I voiced my concerns. Or so I thought. The Instagram DM reads, "Hey, this is an extremely delayed message, but if I were on your end I'd want to know. 5 years old me and Grant hung out at what I thought was a friend hangout but quickly turned into us making out and messing around. I quickly stopped it and left. The reason I'm bringing it up now is because he messaged me this morning after not speaking since. My whole world came crashing down. She messaged me this on a Tuesday morning and I didn't see this until the next day. She attached some screenshots from the conversation 5 years ago, and they discussed never speaking of the incident again and pretending like it never happened. She also attached screenshots from him reaching out that day. All he said was, "Hey, wanting to check in and see what she's been up to." That's pretty scummy but not evidence that he's wanting to be unfaithful. Again, I messaged her back and asked her to reach back out to see if Grant would be willing to hang out. He had a full 24 hours after messaging her initially to think about his actions and what he has done. I expected him to message her back saying that it was a mistake and he should have never reached out. However, he set up a date to hook up with her while I was at work. I was devastated. She asked if we were having problems, if he was planning on leaving me. He said that our relationship was actually going great. He made it known that she would be a side piece and that he wasn't breaking it off with me. When I say this was shocking, no one ever expected him to do anything like this. He isn't a scummy person. He loved me, he wasn't abusive, degrading, or manipulative. He shows no traits of being a cheater. He was genuinely my best friend. I understand people would say, oh, maybe it was just for sex. On average we had sex 5 to 7 times a week. We both have high sex drives, and again that's why I thought our relationship was going great. I still have no idea why he felt the need to step outside the relationship. It wouldn't hurt so bad if my entire family wasn't suffering because of infidelity this year. My older sister is getting a divorce because her husband cheated on her multiple times. My parents are going through a horrendous divorce because my mom cheated on my dad. Why would anyone who loves me and has seen what I've been through this year do this to me? I packed up and left before he got home. He didn't deny it. When I asked him why, he said he was just looking for a flirty conversation. He had no intentions of ever meeting up with her. He has struggled with addictions, like drinking and smoking weed. I knew of these. After I left he said that he had another addiction I knew nothing of. Porn. He said he would watch it every single day and that's what he is contributing to why he reached out to this girl. For a dirty flirty conversation. Which I would do for him if he wanted. I loved him so much I would literally do anything for him. Why was he seeking these things from this girl when I would give it to him? I feel as though he was self-sabotaging. As though he never actually wanted to get married and have kids and settle down. Why else would he reach out to her? He has apologized to me and everyone in my family profusely, begging for forgiveness. My sister and my dad absolutely hate him. He wants to go to couples therapy and work through things together. Telling me he would marry me tomorrow if I take him back. I want nothing more than to forgive him and move on with him. My fear is that I will never let go of this. I'll always think that he only proposed because of this. I only have kids because he messaged her. Why did it take him losing me to realize he wants to be married tomorrow? Should I just move on and find someone else? Was he self-sabotaging because he doesn't want to be married? Or should I stay and work it out with him at therapy? Please be honest. How to realistically rebuild trust. My husband had a 5-month affair 5 years ago. We chose to stay together and work through this. Last year my husband became close to another woman and again started to hide their conversations and lie about when he was seeing her and so on. This resulted in a separation as I couldn't convince myself he wasn't having another affair. Again we decided to work on our marriage, but I find myself stuck in a life of anxiety. The person he got close to and lied about is still a friend in his life that he sees regularly, as he is adamant that there was no affair but boundaries crossed with oversharing feelings and lying about being alone with her because he wanted her friendship. I want concrete proof of who he talks to and how he talks to them and where he is, and by this as I mean for now, whilst rebuilding trust, I want access to his phone, social media, and for us to use life 360 so we can see where the other is. He will not do any of this and says it goes against who he is, but I can't see a way forward without myself having something real whilst I try to believe his word again. Am I going about rebuilding trust wrong? Is there another way that I just can't see because of my pain and anxiety? Where to look to see if my boyfriend is still cheating on me? I have permission to look through his phone. We have been together for over a year and I thought everything was going perfect until he started acting strange. He didn't text me after a certain time, he would not answer my calls, I would barely see him, etc. I kept asking to go through his phone to see for myself. I asked for over a month. He would say, "No, you don't trust me," or something similar. One day I asked for his phone and he gave it to me to look through. Told me I was not going to find anything. He thought he was smart at hiding and thought because he had so many messages he could hide it. I in fact found a bunch of messages where he was sleeping with multiple people. I think it was 7 that I found. I am also pregnant and he's very aware of that. I have never cheated on him. After finding all that out, I forgave him almost immediately. Well, after releasing my anger by beating him up, I am not mad at all. I don't even hate him. Might I add, I did feel bad after hitting him and I did apologize. I have never hit anyone before, so I was actually shocked I did it. I also used the term beat him up loosely. I did slap him a couple times and I did punch him. I am also 4 months pregnant. I also don't know how I failed to mention, he cheated the entire relationship. He now lets me look through his phone, but every time I do he looks anxious and watches me look through it. Where are the secret spots I can look to find out if he still is?